absolutely. It to me, I whenever I get asked a question, I always say it's the lack of responsibility on the parent. It's very easy to point the finger. It's very easy to say, "Oh no, not my child."
Yes.
It's very hard to be like, I to be apologetic. I'm so sorry. Let me take responsibility. If my kid takes her bike and hits your car, it is my responsibility. She is my child.
Hmm.
I am so sorry. Let me get my checkbook. Like I'm so like that's how it used to be back in the day, and I don't understand where we lost that.
You can tell the kids that don't know what a chancla is, right? I mean, I mean,
I
they're
mean, that's the
right.
point that I was getting to. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a great video, by the way. You got to look out, chancla or no chancla. They did an interview with a bunch of mamacitas and or abuelas, and they asked, they would give a situation and they'd say chancla or no chancla, and they and one this one lady, I think her name was Nora or something. Every word chancla, and you read in the comments like child breathes, Nora chancla. But like they'd ask questions like if the kid changed the channel while they're watching the novellas, chancla.
That was my
Like,
mom. Definitely my mom. My
and have you?
mom,
Go ahead.
my mom would do like anything. We will. She thought we rolled our eyes when it was a check. Like, serious, it was pretty bad.
Don't you think back to me? You know that.
Dang, don't you think back to me?
Have you seen the Halloween? I'll let you look for it, but the Halloween gimmick where the guy is Juan. I think his name's Juan David Lopez. He does a series of like of Hispanic perspectives on a lot of pop culture, but he does this one. It's Halloween, and Mike Myers let's come. He's washing dishes in the kitchen, and Mike Myers
I've
comes
seen
in.
it.
You've seen it, and he goes, oh no, what have you done? He looks down, he's tracked mud into the kitchen,
Yes,
and then
I've
they
seen
turn
it.
behind, and there's the mom. She's got the mud mask on, and
Yes,
she's got the chancla, and it's like
yeah,
Mike Myers is scared of.
yes. Like
She
we're not scared
starts
of Mike
coming after
Myers.
him. Yeah, it's like, and he goes to Mike Myers. He's like, "Protect me, save me." Like, but that's the thing is, and one of my favorites images, memes when virtual teaching started was it was this kid, and it was at obviously like he was like at a makeshift table at a restaurant, and his abuela was sitting right behind him with she had the chancla in her hand, and he's like this on it, like, and he's kind of like this, like doing the virtual teaching. It's like,
Hmm.
virtual teaching in a Hispanic household. You see the abuela just sitting behind him like this. As
Yep,
soon as he tries to play a game,
yep,
like that.
yep.
Now, granted, chancla, we could joke about it, but there's I'm not saying every household should advocate for chancla
For
discipline,
chancla,
but
but
there should be some kind of thing, and there's an argument to be made about younger kids being more responsive to stimulus response instead of sitting there and going, okay, Aiden and Toby, this is
yeah.
why you shouldn't do that. You're gonna have we need to get a sad face today. That doesn't work when you're some of the stuff that happens.
So
But
my phone is dying, but
okay,
I do want to say this real quick before
yes,
it dies. I wanted to point out back in the day when we were in school,
yeah,
our parents used to be able to pop up in school at any time.
mm-hmm,
Used to be able to sit in the back of that classroom or pull up a chair and sit right next to us. Like I remember I used to fear for my life, and I was a good student.
yeah,
I was a really good student, but I used to fear for my life whenever I saw my dad come and stand at the door with his construction outfit on, and just to talk to the teacher to see how we were doing, just like a checkup.
yep,
No parent teacher conference, no nothing. He'll just
yeah.
pop up, and I would see my daddy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I not do something? Did I miss my homework? What did I do? Was he called in? And I used to fear other people's parents too.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like I would never forget Mr. Clark. I would never forget Mr. Clark. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Mr. Clark. Or another friend of mine, Nicole, dear friend, she's still a friend of mine. Her mom's Miss Fisher. And he used to call her mommy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's mommy. Oh my gosh, like what did we do? Like she couldn't even beat me. But I'm like, what did we do? Did we do something? Like
do,
we
do
used
you
to
think?
fear that there was a I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
there was a fear, no, but do you think nowadays though, like a lot of parents, they don't want to get involved if another, like one of the frustrations I had, we there was one classroom that was just out of control and the kids were just terrible. But I always like we had some of the kids from that classroom on the robotics team. And I asked them, I said, I was talking with the parents, they're like, yeah, I hear it's really bad. I said, well, have you talked to the principal? And like, no, well, we don't want to make waves. And I'm kind of like, if it was my kid, I'd be like, get my kid out of there, or you need to do something about that classroom, or I'm going to ask my kid to tell me who this kid is, and I'm going to talk to their parents directly. Like, do you feel like that there's been a shift in parents? Like, are they worried about making waves? Or is there an intent? Like, because it seems like it's always the really good parents that you trust, the really trustworthy parents that don't want to get involved. Or
I don't know, because I've always gotten involved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always gotten involved. I have a rule in my house, right? If there's a kid in my house, they have to follow my rules, because there's there's zero way that I'm gonna change my rules to accommodate another child, or my children's rules to accommodate another child, or let them follow a whole nother set of rules while my kids have theirs.
Catch full episodes of the Educators Podcast every Thursday at 4 p.m. Real educators with the real issues in education. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care of yourself. Jeans passes for anyone who likes, shares, and comments on this video. Have a great week.